in this video. On. She's gonna hit.
It's happened a couple of times now where I've had the day off and the conditions have been absolutely perfect to take the boat out in. I asked the missus whether she wants to come out with me, and maybe that day she'd rather stay home. Most days, really. So I whip the phone out, right? Hit up the boys, see who's around, but they're all at work or otherwise occupied. Perfect day, nobody to go with. I see far too many boats sitting in people's driveways, having gone months, maybe even years without moving from that one spot. Tale as old as time, right? Nobody wants to go out, so that boat goes another day without seeing the water. Rubber seals and gaskets get a little bit more brittle. The fuel in there just gets a little bit more stale. I picture myself losing touch with what it feels like to be a man in control of my own destiny, and feel my manhood withering away as that boat does in the driveway. I ain't about that life, dog. This is how I went solo.
We out here, bright and early. It is now just before 6, 5:52 in the morning. It's meant to be beautiful conditions out in the bay today. Doing a bit of a solo sesh, popping that cherry, doing it by myself for the first time ever. And it was a little bit terrifying, man, but we out here. When you're scared about things like that, you just gotta fucking do them, you know? Plan for the days, we're gonna cruise around, check out artificial reef, maybe have a flick, and we'll see how we go. Main thing for the day is just getting comfortable and getting it done by myself for the first time, because I've been a little bit anxious about that, but hey, let's do it. Going solo for the first time, I chose to drop in somewhere with a pontoon to make it a bit easier. The day was good for it. Once that step done, park this up, we'll be off. I channeled my strong, independent black woman and reminded myself that I don't need no man. And just like that, I was out there on my own. It was all going so well, and then this happened. Alright, so we're somewhere out in Moreton Bay. I tell you exactly where we are, but the sounder just shit itself. I got no power. So unless I can get that working, there goes the plan of sounding around and trying to find some arcs. I've also forgotten my hat and my sunglasses. But apart from that, I got the boat out okay, and we're just gonna roll with it, I suppose. I've got a couple things I think I can use to try and get the sounder working. Hopefully it's just a corrosion issue in the pins. And if that's all it is, if I can scrape it out or clean it out somehow, that might get us back up and running. Otherwise, the sounder's fucking dead, or I don't have any power coming through the wire, and I don't have anything to check that with at the moment. We'll see. I didn't end up figuring out the sounder issue, but I was out there anyway, so I kept going. The artificial reef I wanted to check out was meant to be just north of a particular green marker, and I found it easily enough. The other boats in the area were a good indicator that I was in the right place. Without the sounder though, I was just blindly casting and hoping that there was some structure and fish nearby.
Look at that. Oh, look, it's a turtle. What's going on, turtle? It's popping. Bait's coming out. Too little snapper. Too small.
Once I put on the bait, the baby snapper bites just kept on coming.
Oh shit. Here we go. On. Feels like a bitter fish. Ooh, got color. Another snapper. It's getting bigger. Yet to live another day. See ya. Tiniest fucking snapper I've ever seen. Look at that. Bites. Here we go, fish on. So yeah. Here we go. Snappy. All pretty small though, huh? God damn.
None of the big mamas came out to play, but I got to see some dolphins and kept a nice grassy emperor to steam and a Moses perch to pan fry. Back at the boat ramp, I realized why I should really be backing in with a boat's helm on the same side as the pontoon.
Oh, she's gonna hit. Oosh. Hey, first time doing the solo.
Oh, that's right.
The wind blowing up the boat ramp made it a bit difficult to swing the boat around to line up with a trailer, but I got there eventually.
I managed to get her in. She's in the channel down there, and all I gotta do is wind her up. You.
The next outing went even smoother than the last. This time I dropped in on the other side of the ramp, and that made it easier to access the helm controls. It was also a more direct walk from the driver's seat of the car.
Not too shabby.
Solo, but there's one loaded up. I'm just gonna chuck her overboard right here. There's number 2. See ya.
With the pot soaking, I figured I'd find a sandbank and fish the rising tide.
Ooh, it's pulling. Hey, it's a little snappy snap. Let's get the lift. Phew. Good fish. Not a bad little first fish of the day. Nothing massive. Just got this little fella. Tiny little whiting. Whoop.
I only caught little fellas. Not bad considering that every 5 to 10 minutes, a big boat would come cruising by, creating a massive wake. That's just the Gold Coast Broadwater for you. It was nearing high tide, so I figured I'd mosey on down to Wavebreak Island and go for a swim. Wavebreak Island is right in the middle of the Gold Coast Broadwater, and it has these seawalls that make good homes for the local fish. While it's no Great Barrier Reef, it was still cool to see some local bread and butter species in their home waters. Just after high tide, I packed up and headed off to check the pods.
Here comes. Hey now, got him. All right, I'll pull her up.
Retrieving them solo was definitely not as bad as I thought it would be.
Right there is my first keeper blue swimmer. Very cool. I just pulled this guy from the pot. Look at him. Juicy fucking pincers on this bad boy. Gorgeous. Alrighty. All the pots checked, all the keepers kept. Let me open up that esky. Going in through here. Keep on trucking. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
There comes a time in every boatie's life when they realize that there's a reason why that they're the person who owns the boat and not just someone who has a friend with a boat. Though these experiences are most definitely better shared, I realize that I can't spend my life waiting for other people's schedules and desires to line up with mine. Overcoming these perceived boundaries affirms that you can do what you want, and if you want to, you will. Make hay when the sun shines and do what makes you happy as much as you can.